We are back now with our series Discover Black Heritage and a new look at the life and legacy of an American hero. Between 1850 and 1860, Harriet Tubman guided people across the Mason-Dixon line from slavery to freedom on the Underground Railroad.
Her accomplishments and contributions are explored in a new book called Harriet Tubman, Military, Scout, and Tenacious Visionary.
And the book is actually co-written by her great-great-great-grandniece, Rita Daniels, and Rita is with us this morning. Rita, thank you so much for coming by.
Morning.
Thank you.
I mean, we're going to dig into the book in just a moment, but first of all, when and how did you even find out that you were a direct descendant of Harriet Tubman?
It's kind of crazy, but when I was 9 years old, I had to do a report, and I was given the topic of Harriet Tubman. Well, at my age, what we found out, there were 2 paragraphs about Harriet Tubman, and it didn't have anything nice about her. She was a fugitive, she stole slaves, and there was a want ad for her. They had a bounty on her head. And so when I told my mother about it, and it says, and I have to do a report on Harriet Tubman. And my mother said, oh, okay, well, I found out that we were related to Harriet Tubman. She didn't find out until she was in her 20s. And then my Aunt Pauline, who is 97, she is the oldest living descendant today. And she told me she was 25. But when I got that report, I was told to go and ask some of the other relatives that were closer, that knew stuff about her, and my grandparents and so forth. They passed on. But after finding out all about her and her progressive life, my whole idea about her changed. And so that's when I started spearheading and trying to figure out more about who she was. And I fell in love with her.
Well, you know, there's a lot to fall in love with. I mean, considering, you know, we know about the Underground Railroad, but she was also a scout, a spy, she was a nurse, a suffragette. I mean, these were so many hats that she was wearing. What was the one thing as you did this research that kind of surprised you?
I think one of the surprises was that she was poor. She didn't have money, but she would... she was able to feed a lot of people, especially when she got the Harriet Tubman home for the age, because I'm from Auburn, New York, where she lived the last 50 years of her life. And there's where I learned a lot about Harriet Tubman. And I just thought she was such a phenomenal woman, basically from the books that I read when I was young. But then I just started doing more research on her. And that's when I got to the point, well, I'm going to see what more I can do about it. And then I just started speaking about Harriet Tubman and going places. And even today, I'm going to be meeting with Queen Mother, going to the United Nations with her. And she is just excited because not only that, she's got other people understanding the legacy that Harriet Tubman left behind. And that's what my goal is, to make sure that her legacy continues.
Yeah, and in the book, we learned so much about what a hero she was to so many. So what do you want people to take away when they read this book?
That Harriet Tubman was a proud woman. She never got caught going back and forth, making her trips from Maryland to Philadelphia. And then they came out with the Fugitive Act also. And so she had to make a U-turn and go through Canada to save her family. But for someone that made all of those trips, a lot of people went through the Underground Railroad. They made it to the other side and they stopped where, you know, once they got there. But she was that brave to go back and didn't care if she was going to get caught or not. And that's where her bravery, is just so phenomenal.
Yeah. Rita, thank you. Thank you. I know you've got a busy day, so we appreciate you starting it with us. It's called Harriet Tubman, Military, Scout, and Tenacious Visionary, and that book is out today.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.